All right, so we're gonna do something a little bit different. This time it's my turn to ask you some questions. So we're gonna
Bet.
do a little bit of this or that. It's gonna be between singles. The two artists that I have chosen, mind you, Dom has no idea what we're picking. Question one: Can I live off of Reasonable Doubt or Jesus Walks off of College Dropout?
All right, I'm gonna go Jesus Walks just because that would have been a pivotal time for me. I was like in an early teen. Kanye was fresh on the scene. We lived in near Chicago at the time, so the impact of that song was big. I don't think I appreciated "Can I Live" until I got older, and then I don't even think
Mhm.
I really appreciated Jay till I got older. So Kanye, I'd lean Jesus Walks just because I felt like it was more pivotal at the time that it dropped.
So those were off of each of their first albums. So question number two is going to kind of follow suit. It's going to go off of their sophomore albums. So for Jay-Z's, this is I believe In My Lifetime Volume 1. We're going to go with Where I'm From. Now we're going to go to Late Registration with Drive Slow featuring Paul Wall and GLC.
Yeah, man, again, I'm gonna stick Kanye on this one again. I'm just gonna look back at the time when it came out, and even now, I guess if those two songs came on, I'd probably lean Drive Slow. Uh,
Mhm,
just because, yeah, again, Kanye during those times, man, he came on the scene hard.
mhm.
That album for Jay necessarily wasn't his best. I mean, that's probably one of the better songs on that album. But yeah, I gotta give the tip to Ye on that one.
So going into that same theme, we're going to go into album number three for each of them. So we're going to go with Money Ain't a Thing featuring Jermaine Dupri off of Volume
Mm,
2,
good
or
song.
we're going to go versus Good Life featuring T-Pain.
Ooh, again, Ye's 3-0 for me. Now, Good Life, what's crazy is that song, I remember specifically from Entourage. I remember the episode when they're getting on the plane, and all of a sudden you hear this beat playing. You're like, wait, is that T-Pain? Wait, is
And
that
he was in the
Kanye?
episode. Kanye was in the
Yes.
episode.
Yes, that's right. You got on the plane. And so, man, and it was crazy too. Rest in peace to moms, man. Her and I were watching the episode together. And I immediately went to the computer that was downstairs in the basement we listened to and was trying to figure out what song that was because I ain't never heard it. And Good Life is just, that's a song I think that still stands the test of time. And yeah, Ye's killing it for me on this one. 3-0. 3-0, Ye so
Nice.
far.
Now, if it wasn't for T-Pain, I
Love
feel
that
like that
song.
it wouldn't be inspired to be made. So we're gonna go into album number four. This is the senior album. So for Jay, it was volume 3 in my lifetime
Okay.
versus 808s and Heartbreak. So we're gonna go with Big Pimpin' featuring UGK and then Amazing featuring Young Jeezy.
All right, Jay's getting the nod in this one just because Big Pimpin', man. I mean, you know, I, I haven't had the opportunity to go to a Jay show. You told me about, the show you went to where Jay didn't even have to say a word and everyone was rhyming Pimp
Big
C's
Pimpin',
verse.
yeah,
And
Pimp C's
but yeah, no,
verse, yeah.
that song is just I feel like a lot of people can relate to it. A lot of people might look back and think where they were when they first heard that song. The video is luxurious and I feel like everybody knows Big Pimpin'. I feel like that's just a song that's just like global. It's everywhere. I
hmm
mean, yeah, yeah. Ye's got to take the all on that one just because Big Pimpin' was very, very monumental. Still is.
In my opinion, these are two of my favorite albums from both of them.
Hmm.
So going into Jay's fifth album and Kanye's fifth album, Kanye had My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy,
Hmm.
and Jay-Z had Blueprint One.
Mm.
Untouchable album in my opinion. Crazy it came out 9/11, 2001, the same time the Twin Towers went down. But this album still had legs and it still standed the test of time. So we're gonna go with You Don't Know
Okay.
versus Power.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Power. Yeah, Power. I mean, that whole My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, it was unskippable. I mean, a lot of great features. I felt like Kanye was really like in his who's that like big producer like Hans Zimmer esque, like you know what I'm saying. Hans Zimmer's like
Mike
the
Dean.
score every.
That was yeah, Mike Dean.
Yeah, I mean, it was just it was like a symphony. You were listening to every song, and yeah, Power just. There was a lot of like trailers during that year that were using that, for their like opening intro and stuff. So yeah, Kanye's back on the dub for me with that one.
Okay, I honestly, if I had to, You Don't Know it was a crazy song. Jay did perform that on the Legends of Summer tour, so that was epic. But not gonna lie, just the imagery and like you said, just the epicness that whole
Yeah.
album did on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, I will have to go power on that one. So these two weren't necessarily my favorite albums. It was really hard to pick out of the two. Jay had a double disc album on this particular run of his sixth album, and then this one I think I kind of skipped a couple album or skipped a couple things because I wanted to have like a better theme. So I kind of did like a good versus evil type of little theme. So with this one off of Off of the Black Album with Jay, we're gonna have Lucifer,
Oof.
and then we're gonna go off of Kanye's Life of Pablo. We're gonna
Mhm.
go Father Stretch My Hands.
Yeah, no, I'll go Lucifer on that one. The Black Album is my personal favorite Jay album of all time. The sample on Lucifer, Son of the Morning, that just rings in my head. And I think it's one of Jay's strongest verses ever. So I'll lean Lucifer on that one.
And then the last one, to me, I wanted to do like a little bit of a wild card. So this one is not necessarily going to be Jay versus Kanye. So how we're going to do this is going to be kind of more like best collaboration that Jay has done. And then, in my opinion, one of the best collaborations that Jay and Kanye have done. So it's almost going to be kind of like a dual little purpose thing. So we're going to go
Okay.
with Numb and Encore when Jay collaborated with Linkin Park, or we're gonna go No Church in the Wild off of the Throne album featuring
Oh, yeah.
featuring The Dream and featuring Frank Ocean.
Yeah, I'll probably go Numb Encore just because I felt like that was the first project of its kind. Might have been the last project of its kind where you had Jay at the time, the biggest rap star. Then you had Linkin Park, the biggest rock group, doing an album, collabing. Jay did it to, put himself in the Hall of Fame. So yeah, overall, in terms of monumentism, if that's even a word, and just how big
Hmm.
that project was, I'll lean Numb Encore on that one for sure.
Okay, you know what, I think that one I'm probably gonna agree with you as well. Just something about that album, especially being in high school, like it was so big because Linkin Park was very big around that whole decade, as much as Jay was, and they were almost outselling Jay actually during that time period. So for them to, coexist, and the great thing was it all stayed in house. You could hear that they just all did it together. There was no executives, there was no other upper people. They just thought like, let's just see what you guys do, and it became, like you said, the first and the last of its kind. I don't think nobody could ever really top that type of